Hey everyone, welcome back to the Trekmasters. I'm Davey.
And I'm MC.
And this is the Star Trek game show where we ask Trekmasters from all over the world to demonstrate their Trek mastery in order to bring glory to themselves and their houses. Thank you for joining us today, everyone. Just before we begin, we would like to just take a moment, a fairly somber moment, if we may, and that is to dedicate the following episode to the memory of our very good and dear friend, Subrina Wood, who you may know as a contestant here on Trekmasters several times, but more well known as a podcaster for the Sci-Fi Sisters on Trek Geeks. Subrina did pass away, sadly, a few weeks ago. She was an amazing human, a friend of MC and myself here on the pod, and also a friend to the entire Trek community. So MC and I would very much just like to take this moment to dedicate the following episode to Subrina and her memory. We miss you, Subrina. MC, we're here. We are here. We got to be. Subrina would want us to be having fun, so
yeah, definitely, and certainly with the subject matter of today,
especially with the subject matter of today.
So.
Yeah, and we know Subrina loved to laugh, so we will definitely have a laugh for her today. So before we get down to it today, MC and I would just like to give a shout out to all of our BQN network patrons, especially to this show's associate producers. First up, we have Matt Harker,
Lars Di Scenza of the Red Shirt Geeks,
Jerry Antimano,
Sam Johnson,
Jim McMahon,
Mei M,
Hawk,
and Ryan Damon.
Thank you so much for your continued financial support of the network.
And remember, if you would like to help keep this and other BQN programs coming to you each week, you can sign up to be a patron over at patreon.com/BQN.
It costs as little as $1 a month and comes with all kinds of perks like early access to episodes, the chance to participate in live Star Trek recaps, Patreon-exclusive podcasts, and many other perks. MC, we have got two amazing guests today. You and I have had this one in plans for a while, and we are very, very excited to have them on the show. So before I energize the transporter, how about you welcome who our Trekmasters are?
I'm so excited to have them, if only because I love hanging out with these two geeks. And that is our first-time Trekmasters, Gene and Jesse.
Sarcastic Vulcan salute.
How are you both? Gene, it's so nice to meet you.
Hello. Thanks for having me. It's nice to be here.
And Jesse, it's good to finally have you on the show as well.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's great to have you both. It's great to have you both. There's lots of people in the chat who are very excited to meet you as well. Welcome live chat. I can see Glenn and Naomi and a few others. Ryan, Wake Roberts. You're all our usuals. They're all joining us. It's good to see you today. So we've got a really, really special quiz for you today. MC, what's our topic?
We are doing the Ultimate Lower Decks Quiz, Volume 2.
Now, Jesse, how well do you know your Lower Decks?
See, this is where I'm getting nervous because I know Lower Decks. I love Lower Decks. I watched it a billion times, but I am very bad at remembering specific trivia. So I feel like I'm going to do terrible today. Like I will forget character names, registry numbers. So I'm like hedging my bets right now.
And unfortunately, registry numbers is a bit of a trope for us. We tend to ask questions like that a lot.
So bad. It's so bad.
And Gene, there's something in your work history which may give you a slight advantage in this topic. What might that be?
I mean, you say this, but also, I was storyboard artist and assistant director and storyboard revisionist for Lower Decks seasons 2 to 5. But that means I have really deep knowledge of things of Lower Decks that are not important to fans, because what we do is try to create a show quietly so that we are manipulating the audience to look at the things we want them to look at. So anything like specific things like registry numbers, that wasn't designed when I had the prop. or whatever, that's something that comes later or something I didn't have to draw in. So I'm also just kind of like,
You say
I
it's
feel
not
like-
important. You say it's not important to fans. You. I think you miscalculate how much minutia fans get into.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, sure. Yeah, but it's also more of just like, things about, oh, I know how this shot choice happened, but it's also just like, that's not important to you guys. You guys didn't see the process up to getting to this shot
True.
of why we chose this shot here. I do. That's the stuff my brain is filled with Lower Decks. Like the stuff, like, once it gets to you guys, I don't even know. Like,
Well, I mean, we normally do fun facts along the way. So if you have a fun fact about a particular anything that leads into how a scene for a particular question was developed, do feel free to share because that would be a lot of fun.
I've heard many a fun story from Gene about behind the scenes of Lower Decks. I'm like, oh, that's how that orgy scene happened.
I mean, the orgy scene happened because it was in the script.
I mean, yes.
Yes.
I mean, the different things that you were doing on there.
The artistic choices of the orgy scene. Interesting. Oh, well, I bet we're gonna have a lot of fun together. Before we dive into your first round, though, this season, MC and I have been putting random trivia for our Patreons and Patreon members into the Patreon app. Each week, we are asking a different multiple choice question and reading out the names of those who answered correctly live on the show. And we are also keeping tally throughout the entire season with awards to be handed out, actual physical awards that will come at the end. MC, what was this week's Patreon question?
What class of ships are named after Canadian cities? A, California class, B, Vancouver class, C, Parliament class, or D, Kingston class?
Jane,
I
you'd
actually know the answer to this one. Yeah.
See?
What is it,
See?
Jane?
I think it's Parliament class.
And Jesse, would you agree with that?
I believe so, yes.
That is correct.
It is Parliament class. Well done. Well done. We only actually got this one tricked
The only
people.
thing I will
into-
know.
This one tricked a few
I think I
people.
told you know more than you think, Gene.
So we only got 2 people who got this right on Patreon. 67% incorrectly voted Vancouver class.
That's the twist one, yeah.
Yeah, it was a good twist. Well done to Jim McMahon and Ryan Damon, who got it right, who are now both on 5 points each. So congratulations, MC. I think this finally kind of helped create a bit of a clear leader.
I was kind of wondering if this might be the question that kind of tripped people up a little bit. So.
It did. And we might just quickly recap the current Patreon trivia scoreboard. So we've got Jim and Ryan on 5, Carl on 4, Peter, Hawk, Chrissy on 2, and Steve and Matt, Joe and Joe, Jax, Lars, and MischiefCait are all on 1 point each. So keep your eye out. We do post them every Monday, and they're available in Patreon all week. I think we need to start this game. I think we need to truly see who our Lower Decks Trackmaster is. So I'm going to dive us into round 1. Yeah.
Can we buzz in whenever we want to, or do we wait until they hear all the questions?
Oh, well, that's that's entirely up to you.
Okay.
People do buzz in early, and sometimes it works for them. Sometimes not so much. So, wow.
Quietly
All right.
panicking.
Jesse, I'm so sorry for this first question. What is the registration number of the Saporito?
That's all you, girl. I don't know squat.
You're looking at the wrong person. I have no idea.
No.
Thing is, Mike even said the registry number to me to my face, and I will still never remember it.
I'm like trying to see, do I have a Cerritos model in hand? And I do not. I have many other things, but not a Cerritos model.
Mine is like up here in a place I can't see it. So
Mm-hmm.
Unable
Yeah, no
to
idea.
reply.
can we dance for points or something? And I will draw you I will draw a Moopsie for points.
I have a Cerritos on my arm. It's tattooed on my arm.
There are things I can do, I promise.
I worked on this show, really.
Well, the answer is NCC 75567, and no one in the chat was having a guess at that either. Well, let's jump into your second question then. Let's see if you know this one. Before the Cerritos, what ship did Mariner serve on?
Oh,
Jean?
Jean got it.
The keto.
That is correct.
That's correct. She served on the Keto. First point
See?
goes to Jean. Well done.
Jean.
That's
you
because
say
I
you
thought
don't
it
know.
was. Thing is, I thought it was spelled Keto for a long time. So I was like, and then it was a Q, and I was like, oh, that's how you spell the keto. Okay.
When I read through the questions this morning, I had to remind myself how to pronounce it. When MC writes the questions, and there's Star Trek keywords in there. Because with my terrible Australian accent, I'm usually terrible at pronouncing these things.
I mean, great Australian accent.
Thank
so you're
you.
great at announcing things.
Thank you, Jean. Question number 3. Who does Boimler describe as a Kirk Sundae with Trip Tucker sprinkles?
Jean?
Jet Manhaver.
That is correct.
These are rolling off the tongue pretty easily. These are
See, Jean. I don't know. I'm bad at this. I am bad at this kind of trivia.
The thing is, I shipped them on the show.
I know
Like
you did.
yeah, I really wanted them to get together. It was me and a small group of other people who were just like, what we called it Boimhaver, and we're just like, come on, let Manhaver have his man, please.
That'll be
Mike
the stuff
said-
of fan
Mike said no.
fiction. That'll be the stuff of fan fiction.
Mike said no. I did try to draw them together in the orgy sequence, which is why
I
they're
was saying,
next
you
to
should
each
tell
other.
Mhm.
Yeah. Like I did try to draw them. Like I tried doing this thing where Jet like flexes his way up from behind the counter and Boimler is hanging off his arm and they kiss. And that changed to Jet being behind Boimler and Boimler kind of sexily on the counter. And then after I turned it in, Mike changed it to Boimler's legs up in the air.
MC, these are better than any fun facts we will ever get off Memory Alpha or IMDb, by the way.
See, this is what I told you. I was literally, when I was referring to the orgy scene earlier, I'm like, that's the story I was thinking about.
Yeah. All
I
right,
told you, Gene, you have many stories that people will care about.
Oh yeah. Let's go to question number 4. So question number 4 is, who are the 2 beluga lieutenants in Cetacean Ops?
Jean?
Matt and Kimolu.
That is
Matt the
correct.
Whale and Kimolu. Yeah.
Yeah, that's 2 points for that one. So congratulations. Got to be
Thank
quick on
you.
that buzzer,
I
Jesse.
think you're gonna win, Gene. I know.
I mean, I feel like I'm just off to a good start. And also my cat wants to be part of things right now.
I did notice it. I did
Always
notice the
like
little
cats.
ears popping up there.
Yeah, he wants pets or he wants bites or he wants snacks.
Or all of the above. Question number 5. What fruit does Rutherford hate?
Jesse?
Pears.
Yeah,
That is
fuck
correct.
bears.
Fuck pears.
That's correct. Well done. First point on the board for Jesse.
Yay.
Yay.
Question number 6. In the ancient past, what species did the Caitians hunt?
No.
Jean?
Betazoids.
No.
That is correct.
Well done. Well done.
I knew that one.
All right. You've got your first question 7 of 9 for the game. Question 7 of 9 is always worth a few extra points.
Oh, I'm sorry. My cat pressed the buzzer.
So the cat has to answer the question.
Before we jump into
Well,
sort of,
baby.
I'll just say Joel and Wake are doing very well with the questions in the chat as well. Well done, guys. So question 7 of 9 is always worth a few points. And MC's decided to do a question 7 of 9 straight off the bat that has 11 points available. Now, you both can have a chance at it. So Listen carefully to this one, and I will put some emphasis on some words when I ask the question that are very important. And whoever buzzes in first, I will allow you to answer until you get one wrong. If you get one wrong, I will cut you off and let your opponent take over. So listen very carefully. Which actors who appeared as main characters in previous Star Trek shows made special guest appearances in Lower Decks?
Jesse.
Okay. So you have Robert Duncan McNeil.
Yes.
You have John Delancey. John Delancey
Negative.
did appear in.
He wasn't a main character.
He wasn't a main character.
Okay. I would consider Q a main character, but okay.
Do
You
we
have Brent?
we
do
said
you
we're
wanna
going to cut you
count?
off if you got one wrong.
Is that counting? We count it as wrong. I would argue Q's a main character.
Do you know what? I was actually, the fact that you had John Delancey second, that was one I was actually debating, if only because of Picard season 2.
There is that. I mean, my reasoning is here. If I may defend myself before I go further, you can hand it to Gene if you don't agree with reasoning. Saying main characters is different than saying main cast members. If it was main cast members, I would be wrong. Characters, I would argue that Q is a main recurring character on Star Trek.
All right.
Considering he's across multiple Star Trek shows.
All right.
Can I interject?
Go.
Can I offer a rebuttal? I would argue that Q, out of all the characters that were in Lower Decks from other shows, he's more of a cameo appearance because he doesn't have a main role in the episode.
But he does appear in the episode. That's not.
He does
negating that
appear,
you're debating
but-
it doesn't. Get the word character.
But he's not a main character in the episode.
I'm going to
But he
make
is
a ruling
what
on
was
this.
the wording of what was the wording of the question? That was main characters in Star Trek or main character in the episode?
It is,
MC, adjudicate,
main
please.
characters in previous Star Trek series. I am going to make a ruling on this because it's John Delancey and Picard season 2 exists, where he, I believe, is credited in the main credits. I'm going to allow John Delancey, which means that there is actually 12 points up for grabs in this,
All right.
and Jesse can keep going.
Yeah,
Okay.
Jesse, you can keep going, which means you've gotten 2 so far, so keep going.
Okay. You have Alexander Siddig.
Yes.
I'm going to say him, but this is not an answer, but I'm just going to say it, put it out there. But Andrew Robinson was also on the show, even though he's not one of my answers because he was not a main character, but I would say Andrew Robinson was there. Jolene Blaylock, Garrett Wong. It's like Fisher Quest is like half of them. Let's see. So I'm just trying to go through chronologically now. So season 1, I said Brent Spiner. I don't know if I said that earlier, but you had Brent Spiner. You have Jonathan Frakes, Riker.
Did you already say Jonathan Frakes?
I don't think I said Jonathan Frakes.
No, you
not
said
yet.
Robert Duncan
Oh,
McNeil.
you did Robert McNeil. Yeah, sorry. No. Keep going.
Armin Sherman, Nana Visitor, George Takei.
One more.
One more. Who am I missing?
There's
Now I'm
2
just
more,
going-
actually.
Oh, 2 more. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, there is 2 more.
Not one of my answers because he wasn't a main character, but I'm just getting him off my brain. Max Grodenchik was there. You also had, let's see, who else am I thinking? Who am I missing? Let me just run a quick scan through all the shows. No one else
just
from
like
the original series. No one else from the original series. No one else from Next Generation. Oh, Marina Sirtis.
Correct. You've got 1 more.
Oh man,
Can you get there for the 12?
Deep Space Nine? Anyone? You didn't have Ah!
Everyone's loving the debate in the chat, by the way. Okay.
I know. Ah.
All right. I'm going to give you 5
Yeah.
more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's give you a round of applause for that. Well done.
I
So
know.
you, 11 points, I think, picked up there, MC.
Yep.
Jane, there's
And
one
there is
more.
still 1 more left.
Do you know the one we're missing?
Thing is, it was Marina Sirtis for a long time in my head. And I was just like, oh, Jesse keeps forgetting Marina. Jesse keeps forgetting Marina. Oh, and then she remembered Marina. And I was like, damn it. And now I don't know. So
I was like trying to go through because it's like
Unable
no
to
one else.
reply.
Because you didn't have Leonard Nimoy.
Well,
I'm
he
trying to think
was
of, like,
dead
he's
when we
dead,
got
yeah.
here.
I know. I'm just like, I'm like trying to go through like every single cast member in my brain of like who could it have been. You never had Patrick Stewart. You never had
We never had.
Michael Dorn.
No.
You're forgetting him because it was a flashback.
That's right.
Oh, I know. Wesley Crusher, Will Wheaton.
It was.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Will Wheaton was the last one.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
I actually,
have
when I
Will
was looking
Wheaton.
through the list of like the special guest stars, and it said Will Wheaton, I was like, when was Will Wheaton on? And it was like, oh,
I'm trying to remember too. Yeah.
He's in one scene very briefly. Yeah.
Yeah. And well done to Glenn in the chat for pointing out another non/sort of main character was Chase Masterson as well.
Yeah, I was
Hey,
trying to think
yeah.
of Chase Masterson, yeah.
Spoilers, guys. There might be more questions about stuff like this.
Right, no worries. Yep, good work. Thanks for pointing it out. All right, second last question for your first round. Which episode introduced T'Lyn and Ma'a?
Oh,
Gene?
no.
Wage douche.
That is correct.
Was Ways Douche. Well done. And final
Yeah.
question. Final question for this round. What game do Boimler and Rutherford play that ends in a compromise?
Damn it. What was I don't know the
It's
name
still
of that.
locked.
Buzzer's still locked.
What game do Boimler and Rutherford play that ends in a compromise?
I worked on that episode, but I didn't
Unable
work
to
on that
comply.
those scenes.
All right. Oh, wait. Oh.
I was
Jesse?
taking a wild guess. I know it's wrong. Monopoly.
I mean, that
Feels-
usually
feels-
has to.
Yeah, it's
Either
very,
that or a
very
war.
friggy. Yeah.
Yeah. Gene, no idea what it might be?
See, the thing is, I just kept calling it the compromise game. And then I just went, it's a compromise. And that's what I always called it.
The game was called Diplomath.
That's a clever name for a game.
It's cute. It's cute.
The writers are good at their jobs.
Yeah,
They are
absolutely.
good at jobs.
Totally agree. Oh, I miss Lower Decks. All right.
Oh, I do too.
I bet.
We all do, I feel.
All right. That's the end of the first round. MC, can we get a score update, please?
So we've got Gene with 6 points, and the 7 of 9 question really changed the game because we've got Jesse in the lead with 12.
Damn it, Will Wheaton.
You say this, but you're still in the lead.
I know.
Although I feel bad. I'm like, I'm sorry, Will Wheaton. I didn't mean to forget you.
It's okay. He's sadly been often collectively forgotten by the Star Trek fandom, sadly.
Oh,
He seemed to really like our show too. So I'm like,
Oh, no,
I'm
he-
sorry.
He seems very, very sweet.
Wesley is like actually my secret favorite character. It's like
Aww.
only because like I was probably like 10, 11 years old when I first started watching TNG, and I wanted to be.
And you
Wesley
had a big
Crusher.
crush on him?
I did that too. Yeah.
I mean, he is underappreciated. I mean, he does his job for like being the insert character. So
Yeah.
at that age for people, yeah, and he's great in Prodigy too. So
Love him in Prodigy. All right, we've got another round to play. Let's roll the video for round 2. All right, round 2. Have we got a theme for round 2, MC, or are we just continuing
No,
with general
it's
knowledge?
Just continuing with general knowledge.
Yeah, question 7 of 9 is whoa for this one, by the way, but we'll cover that off when we get there. And thank you for chat for having so much fun with that first round as well. People were loving the debate. Joel made a really funny comment about the debate around John Delancey and just said the trial of what counts for this question never ends. Very funny. Well done. All right, let's get your hands on buzzers for your second round. Question number 1. What is the name of Victoria? Sorry, I've forgotten how to pronounce that surname.
I believe it's Nunez.
Nunez. So what is the name of Victoria Nunez expose on the Cerritos?
oh
Yeah, no, I have no idea.
yeah, I don't remember it either.
Unable to comply.
Starfleet's shame. Not to be confused with what is Starfleet.
Just a second. I'm
That
going to
is
go turn
also
the light on real
Starfleet
quick.
I would say that's Star Trek shame.
Hilarious.
Now no longer lost in shadow. It
Yeah.
was bothering me.
I did notice things were dimming a little bit there, but I wasn't going to say anything.
Sorry. West Coast.
It's internally you're getting dark. Yeah, you'll see this window will probably be dark by the time you finish.
Oh, good. Oh, good. So funny about the time difference when doing this because I'll be going out for lunch when we finish.
I'll be going out for dinner after this.
I will probably fall over from food coma.
Excellent. Question
At
number
Korean
2.
barbecue with family.
Oh my God, now I'm hungry. Question number 2. When Ta'ana and Billups combine, what name did they use?
Jean.
To Ellipse.
That is correct.
It was to Illips. Well done. Question number 3. What
So
was the
fast on
first...
buzzer, Gene. I cut you off. Sorry, I
Very
cut you off.
fast on the buzzer. What was the first show Boimler binges when he visits Ferenginar?
Jesse.
Ooh, the first. I don't know if it's the first Cop Landlords.
So there's more to it. That's kind of...
Insufficient data.
Something comes before.
Ooh. I don't know what comes before Cop Landlords. I just remember that.
Gene,
Unless Jean can get it, I will give Jesse half a point because
I mean, I don't remember the title, but it's like the office comedy that's basically like Solar Opposites, but Ferengi. So I don't remember the title of it at all, but I know I totally remember. I can draw that shot for you because I remember it.
Yeah, it's like I know there's something. I knew there was something before it, but that's the only one I remember the title of. Is that? Yeah.
really good on getting Cop Landlords. It was Pog and Dar Cop Landlords was the full. So I think MC is going to give you a half point for that.
Yeah.
I just think that's such a Ferengi show. It's so perfect.
If only there was a way we I was just going to say, Gene, if only there was a way we could do what you were just suggesting and say that, all right, everyone has to draw this scene.
I mean, I have my sketchbook and some pens in front of me. I'd just be like,
Ideas for future rounds, MC. Let's take note.
Yeah. It was Jack Quaid also who played one of the Ferengi.
Really?
Yeah.
That's really.
I think he was the one holding the dog and then screamed and tried to shoot them.
He is good at screaming.
He's very good at screaming.
Love that scream. All right, let's jump into question number 4. Who is the commanding officer of Starbase 80?
Jean?
Oh, damn it. I had her name at the tip of my tongue. Oh, God. What was it? I mean, it was Nicole Byer who played her. Damn it. I forgot her name completely.
I don't think I know it either.
Oh, no. I do know it because I really love her. I love this character. Didn't work on that episode, so of course I don't remember.
Unable to comply.
I love her character too. I'm just, again, I'm bad with names. I said this too.
I
I'm
cut
always
you
bad
off
with names.
there. Jesse, do you remember the character's name?
No, she wears an Enterprise uniform, and that made me happy. I remember that, and she's great, and she's like she's from the same species as Guinan. She's
I remember
an
now.
Valorian. Give it to Jane, because I can tell you all about her. I just can't remember names.
Do I get to do it?
What do you reckon, MC? Do we give her a shot?
Go for it.
Cassia Knox.
That is correct.
Now, we had cut you off.
I'm sorry. I brain farted. I was like, I didn't draw this character. And I'm like, no, wait, I did. I did draw this character.
Give her half a
I'm
point.
going to be
I'll give her half a
generous.
Yeah.
Thank you.
point.
Yeah.
And-
I drew her on the last episode of the show.
Oh, wow.
Because I did
in
that
in the
scene.
finale.
Yeah, I did the scene with Mariner and I did a lot of the end to the quota and like and when Admiral Freeman shows up with all of his bags. Originally he had a little golf hat with a pom-pom on it as well. But they kept the fanny pack. So I'm happy that they kept the fanny pack at least.
That's really
But
good.
yeah, it was carrying all the bags and then goes with Carol to go meet Cassia Knox and then gets covered in goo.
And
I love that character a lot. She's so sweet.
Yeah, Cassia is so sweet.
I
That's
don't
why
know how
I really hope we get Starbase 80.
I don't know how I
yeah.
never picked up that that was Nicole Byer. I don't know how I didn't notice that as well.
We didn't know it was Nicole Byer when we first did this episode. There was a completely different character design when we were working on it, but yeah. I'm glad it ended up being Nicole Byer.
Love Nicole Byer.
Yeah.
All right. Question number 5. What do Boimler and Rutherford spill on the transporter console, keeping the girls stranded on a planet for months?
Jean?
Micheladas.
That is correct.
Was Micheladas?
No.
Well done. Well
Yeah,
done.
I know this one. I actually know because when we were working on this episode, we started looking for the most grossest micheladas we could find on the internet. And we found ones that had a chicken leg and a lobster claw and a soft shell crab in it. So we kept trying to put those in. And that was the michelada that we originally drew before design got to it and made a more appropriate looking michelada. But for a long time, the dare between Story Team 1, which was our story team, was one of us are going to lose a bet and we're going to have to drink one of those real bad micheladas. And when I mentioned that, I mentioned it to Tani, and Tani's like, I love micheladas. Why is this a punishment? I'm like, oh, you weren't there for the turkey leg photos of micheladas where there's it looks like an entire bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken in a glass of tomato and beer.
I have no idea what a michelada is.
I was gonna make that. There was
It's what tomato juice and beer mixed together or something like
yeah,
that.
it's something very low rent fancy. You know what I mean?
But yeah, it would have been originally a whole lot worse until design was just we're not going to do that.
I remember that I was gonna have a Star Trek party or something. I was gonna make micheladas, but I can't remember. What exactly it was for.
I was hungry
still
after
have
hearing
that
about
party.
Korean barbecue, but not so much after hearing about what a michelada is. But question number 6. What rival Orion clan gets into a war with House Tendi?
Jean?
House Azure.
That is correct.
Yes, not to be confused with the Microsoft Cloud.
So technically they are Orions.
Orions.
It's pronounced Orion.
All right. So question 7 of 9 is a big one. It's got 12 points available. So this could be a big advantage for someone. The same rule applies as last time, though. If you get one wrong, I will cut you off and let your competitor take over. Now, which reoccurring...
Oh, buzzer's locked.
Oh, well, I normally do that at least once each episode, and I've now done it twice. We'll keep it. Which reoccurring or guest characters from Legacy Star Trek made vocal appearance in Lower Decks?
Jesse?
All right, now we're doing the other one.
Yeah.
We'll
say for you, though, before you begin, Jesse, actor or character is acceptable.
Actor or
Damn
character.
it. Darn.
Oh,
I should have gone for
okay.
this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Okay, Max Grodenchuk is Rom. Chase Masterson is Lita. I'll get those two out of the way because I know them. Now I got to try. We already said John Delancey is cute.
I
Sure
still counts.
Yeah. All right, let me just quick go through. I guess you could count Robert Duncan McNeil again for why am I blanking on the character name, but the one from
we are counting him, so you
episode
can.
with Will Wheaton. Yes, playing his character name. Let's see. You'd also have who? Now I'm trying to remember because my brain was stuck on the main characters going through. Dax. Do you count Curzon Dax? He did technically appear as a character if we're counting characters.
He did.
He was technically Odo that one time.
Yeah, he was Odo that one time, and I don't think they got anybody. It's not like they got the actor from the original. Yeah. So I did not count Curzon.
No, and it was a few people. I mean, Glenn's just mentioned it in the chat as well, but no, I don't think we'll take Curzon this time around.
Yeah. Well, if I'm allowed to keep going, God, that was a technicality. You have Jeffrey Combs does come back. You also have Lily Sloan from First Contact, who's in Fissure Quest. How many is that? How many do I have
That's
left?
5.
5. Okay, so I have 5, 6. I have 7 more. Oh man, trying to like go through. Oh, you have Gowron. Who?
Gowron was not.
Gowron was not.
Was
Not Gowron. Oh no, Gowron was not. I screwed up. I know who I meant, but I won't say it for Gene because I just screwed up.
Yeah. We're going to cut you off. You got away with the last one
that
with
one-
Dax,
I
but we'll
know
cut
who
you
I
off
meant.
with this one. So
I
you
know
got
who I
5 points. Gene, do you want to try and see if you know any of the rest? Do you want to just should we just
Okay.
remind of which ones we've already gotten? MC?
Yes, please.
Okay, so we had Max Grodenchik as Rom, Chase Masterson as Lita, Robert Duncan McNeil as Nick Locarno, Alf Woodard as Lily Sloan, and John Delancey as Q.
Okay. Kira Nerys and Quark.
We're talking secondary. Remember, the first
Oh,
one was main
secondary?
characters. This is secondary, or like guest
Yeah,
reoccurring
Oh.
characters.
Reoccurring characters.
Yeah.
Dang it. This is what happens when I don't pay attention. Okay. Secondary characters.
Or reoccurring guest characters.
We're
Yeah.
reoccurring guest characters. So not main characters. There was a difference, which honestly, all of them are guest characters to me. Oh, God. Dang. I'm sure the chat's screaming at me right now. Like, what good are you?
I'm just angry because I meant, and I'll give you the hit. When I said Gowron, I meant another character.
See, that doesn't
Okay.
help me because you're expecting me to remember off the top of my head who Gowron is.
Oh, come on, eyes and your house.
That also doesn't help me.
Gene.
See, if you did a Dragon Ball thing or a Sailor Moon thing, I would know. Oh gosh. Now I'm stumped because it's like there's a difference. Oh, Cedo Jaxa?
Yes, correct.
Mhm.
Yeah. Let's see. This is me squeezing my brain. Flames on the side of my face.
Love a good Clue reference.
Oh. Is that the only one I can remember? Yeah, I don't think I can remember anymore.
All
Yeah.
good. All right, you get the 1 point for Shannon Phil as Cedo Jaxa. I think we've also got to give 6 points to Jesse because Jesse also said Robin Duncan McNeil as Nick Locarno.
Mhm.
I gave Jesse a point for that.
So yeah, Jesse had John Delancey, Max Grodenchik, Chase Martison, Robert Duncan McNeil, Andrew Robertson, and Alfred Woodard. That's 6.
And
Jesse
also
didn't
Jeffrey
mention
Combs.
Oh, you didn't mention Andrew?
Jeffrey Combs.
Technically another
because-
character, but yeah.
Yeah, that's the why I didn't count Jeffrey Combs.
Oh, so I thought you
gotcha.
said Andrew.
Did you mention Andrew Robinson? I remember you mentioned him last round.
I did not. Yeah, I did not mention Andrew Robinson. This round.
Okay.
Yeah,
My
with
bad,
the-
my
the
bad.
Technicality. Yeah.
My bad.
I will say, so I don't know if this counts for more points, but I meant Martok, not Gowron, when I said that.
Yeah, I realized exactly who you meant, but
I'm looking
No,
at
I
the chat
didn't.
now, and someone mentioned the macro virus, and I was like, I don't know if that counts.
I will say, what's funny about Martok is I used to work at a Starbucks in Ithaca, New York, and he used to come in, JG Hertzler used to come in regularly, and I used to give him coffee.
Oh, that's cool.
I was like, it's Martok, and I never. Yeah,
Where you're
he
like,
never said
kapla
anything.
every time you handed him his
I
coffee.
wanted to so badly.
I have
Your
to tell
heart
you
went
these
kapla.
Yeah.
these questions are always so difficult because
Mhm.
we had a similar one the last time we did this, but it was
Mhm.
all about the characters who appeared but did not say anything, like who did not have
Mm.
their actors turn up, and just so many people were just like vomiting up names that I didn't come up with, and I'm like, damn you, Lower Decks.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, let's go through who for the full list. So you missed James Cromwell as Zephyrin Cochrane.
That's right.
You got
Selena
John.
Gomez, I know, is one.
Yep,
Oh,
yep.
sorry. Yeah.
You got John Delancey as Q. You got Shannon Phil as Cedo Jaxa. Susan Gibney as Dr. Leah Brahms was in there, so you missed that one.
Yeah, that's right.
You got Max Grodenchik. You got Chase Masterson. We kind of circled around JG Hertzler as Martox. We missed Alice Krieg as the Borg Queen. We had Robert Duncan McNeil as Nick Licano, Licia Naff as Sonia Gomez, Andrew J. Robinson as Garrick, Alfred Woodard as Lily Sloan.
That's Selena Gomez.
Glenn in the chat actually says he was making a joke about the macrovirus, but he mentioned Michael Sullivan.
Sullivan
Was that the right?
like, yeah, but it wasn't the same. Like, I was kind of going with people who I mean, I guess he was a recurring character, but I don't think they actually got the actor back. So
yeah, fair enough. And I love all the other just little jokes that are showing up in the chat now, like the exo comps.
It's like eventually you have to find where the line is, because otherwise you'll just be naming shit for days.
Yeah. Just throw in the salamander too while we're at it.
Yeah. All right, that was fun. That one. But we've got to move on. We've got to get through the rest of this round. We've got 2 more questions to go. In the episode Upper Decks, what are the lower deckers doing that keeps them out of the adventure?
Jean?
Carving pumpkins.
That is correct.
Well done.
I did scratch for that episode. So I played Tendi, Talin, Castro. Oh gosh, did I play anything else? I played a lot of the girls for that one until we got the voice actors in.
Nice.
Yeah,
When you
so
say
that was
played, so
fun.
you would do the voices for them in place in terms of getting the animation kind of clean. You would do the voices instead until the actors came in and recorded. Is that correct?
Yeah, we didn't have the record for the actors sometimes when we were starting storyboards. So there's a temporary track. That's usually one of the audio editors doing it. So for a long time, it would be one of the audio editors doing it. And actually, that's kind of how the voice of the Moopsie happened, because that's how his son played Moopsie, and just for a scratch, just for temporary track. And then we all liked it so much that it became the voice of the Moopsie.
Nice.
So, but yeah, like they had Ray, our audio editor, was just like, "Hey, Jean, if you're not busy, do you want to come in and do some, and just kind of stand here and record a couple lines, because I think they're getting tired of my voice." And I'm like, "Sure." So it was fun. And I also had to go like, "Please, can I be Talin? I've been practicing my Vulcan." And he's like, "Sure."
That's a cool story.
So
All
that's
right.
fun.
Last question for round 2 before we head into Warp. In the episode I Excretius, in the episode I Excretius, what is Billups doing during the naked time orgy?
Jesse?
He's sitting reading.
Damn it. I drew that.
I know you did.
I thought you probably we'll give you that. Yeah, he was reading on his pad. Whilst...
Like any good asexual, he's reading fan fiction.
Yeah. No, that was originally not in the scene. I just storyboarded that whole thing, and then I went back and did revisions for it. And so that was one of the things that was added by request of Mike. And Kim, my director at the time, she's like, "I don't know why they want us to add Billups with the pad." And I was like, "Oh, it's because Billups is asexual." And she's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Oh, in the previous episode," because I had worked on another episode with the whole, Billups where we meet Billups's Ren Fair planet and the whole thing. And I read that whole thing and I was like, "Oh, Billups is like so asexual."
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, when I brought that up to Kim, and Kim's just like, "Okay, cool. I guess that's why we're putting him in."
This is so cool, by the way. People in the chat are loving the trivia that you're bringing, Jean, that we don't normally get.
This is what I tell Gina every time. It's like, "Oh, no one's interested in me." And then Gina, I'm like, "Every story you tell is fascinating." Like,
It really is. It really is. Especially because Lower Decks has such a special place in my heart for many, many reasons. So
yeah. I think I also had him sitting on a table in the booth because I kind of wanted him to be obviously not partaking in the orgy, just present and supportive. Yeah. But I still wanted him to be like kind of obvious, so I didn't put him like inside a booth. I put him on a table. But I don't know if he stayed on the table for the final.
I thought he was in a booth in the final. I don't remember though.
I remember.
He's
I don't
like right in the middle of the scene. He's just covered up by the pad.
Yeah.
I remember
Like,
because Billups is my guy.
Yeah, there was an overall rule of just like, "Hey, Jean, butts are okay, but don't show, any frontal bit.
Dangly parts.
Yeah, don't show any frontal. That was an overall rule. So I was like, okay, sure. And the nice thing about this, and so, you know, a lot of time, not every production does this, and I think more productions should do it. They were very good about checking in with me about if I was comfortable in comfortable drawing stuff like that. And some people are not. So the fact that they checked in with me was great, and more productions should do it because they definitely don't, which is not nice. But yeah, I was like, sure. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, sure, I'm fine with this. It's a funny comedic situation. I think where I would draw the line is like, please don't make me draw a rape scene or anything like that.
Something bad like
Yeah, consensual, enthusiastic fornication is fine with me.
It should always be consensual and enthusiastic.
Yes. Yeah.
Speaking of which, I just looked up because I was like trying to find a picture of Billups, and I just looked up Star Trek Lower Decks Billups orgy scene. Dangerous thing to have to look up. R.I.P.
your algorithm.
All right, MC. While Jessie clears her search history, can you give us a score update at the end of the second round?
So last round was very close between the two of you. It was Jean with 6 points and Jessie with 6.5 points, meaning the current scores are Jean with 12 points and Jessie with 18.5 points, meaning it's anybody's game as we go into warp.
Wait, did Jean get the half a point for the one question?
I think we gave her a whole point, didn't we?
I gave her a whole point.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. Let's make sure the inertia dampeners are online because we are going into warp. All right, we are here in the warp speed round. We have got 20 rapid fire questions coming at you very, very fast. You will only get a few seconds to answer each question. If I don't get a buzz,
Unable to comply.
and we will move on. All right, get your hands on buzzers and let's go into warp. First question, what magazine interviewed Boimler only to cut his entry in 30 under 30?
Jean?
Fleet. I drew that, so I remember.
See, I told
That
you.
is correct.
Well done. Question number 2. Who owned the menagerie that was terrorized by Moopsie?
Jean?
Naj. I also drew
That
that.
is correct.
Well done. Very fortunate for the first 2 questions. Question number 3. What is the name of the alternate Lily Sloan's quantum reality ship?
Jean?
The Beagle.
That is correct.
That is correct. It was the Beagle. Well done. Question number 4. Dr. Miglimo is a member of what species?
Jean?
Flowakin.
That is correct.
Love that. Yes,
I worked on
Cloaca.
that episode.
Gee,
I drew
told
them.
you you'd be good at this. I told you you'd be much
They're
better
hitting
at
the
this than me.
episodes I worked on, though.
Question number 5.
I don't know if...
Oh. Buzzer's locked, by the way. Sorry.
Question number 5. What is the first name of Admiral Friedman?
Jean?
Alonzo.
That is correct.
That
I drew him. I drew him a lot, actually.
I told you I'd be bad at this.
Question number 6. Who made the Genesis device used by Nick Licano?
Jean?
Ferengi.
That is correct.
That's
I
correct.
knew that one.
Question number 7. Who originated the term those old scientists?
Jessie?
Ransom.
Negative.
Whoops. I mean, yes.
That is correct.
Hit the
I
wrong
was like,
buttons.
no, I
No. No, sorry. It's just the buttons are very close together. Question number 8.
I was like, no.
Who is the baby that Rutherford gave birth to in caves?
Jean?
Damn it, I drew that baby and I don't remember the name, but it was the tour guide. That was my whole sequence. I drew his whole pregnancy and everything.
Negative.
What was her name? Damn.
See,
All
I
right.
knew you drew this sequence, so I tried to make it a little bit harder.
I'm going to throw over to you, Jessie. Do you know the answer to this one?
I do not.
Unable to comply.
Tusa? Tussa?
Thusa?
Thusa.
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 Ah, Thusa. It's played by Dawn, too. Dawn played her.
Question number 9. In Crisis Point, who is the holographic character who takes Boimler's role?
Jesse?
Shamplo.
That is correct.
Close enough. Shempo.
Shampoo.
I'm Shempo. It's supposed to be played by
Oh, it's
Boimler.
Shampoo.
Question.
I
Oh
remember
my
that
god.
because a mutual friend, Giraffe, mutual friend of ours, her husband cosplayed as him.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah,
it was very
Jesse
fun.
plays Shampoo.
Question number 10. What is the name of the planet Peanut Hamper was stranded on?
Jean?
Damn it! Now I lost it. I worked on that episode. That was my favorite episode.
3, 2, 1.
Unable to comply.
Jesse, I'll throw it over to you.
I hit the buzzer. They're cloaca. Is it cloaca? Cloaca?
No, that's Miggly Moo.
Oh yeah, that's
Negative.
Right, that's right.
Yeah.
Areolus.
I was
Areolus.
thinking-
Areolus!
I knew it was like some. I knew it was some like genital pun.
Some genital pun.
Ah,
Question
I
number
love that planet. I blew it up. Ah.
question
Still has one of
number
my favorite lines from
11.
Lower Deck. Oh, sorry.
No, you're right. Question number 11. Which California class ship has an entirely Bolian bridge crew?
Oh, shit.
Jean?
The Alhambra?
Negative.
Jesse?
Dang it.
Oh, I don't know either. Taking a stab, I'm like trying to pick a California city. I don't know. San Francisco.
Negative.
USS Inglewood.
The Alhambra is the mirror, basically they have all of the
It
same
was the
people.
Mirror Universe one.
Yeah,
You're right.
yeah.
Question number 12. When Freeman is possessed by a mask, what does she call herself?
Jean?
Minuki. That was my sequence.
That is
So
correct.
I drew that whole thing.
I love that sequence because you have the aqueducts. I loved the aqueducts so much on that.
Yeah, it was so fun, like designing how everything became like the whole thing and just
Mhm.
like showing her being like whoosh. Yeah. It was so fun. That was like, I really loved doing that one.
Question number 13. What illegal race do Rutherford and his past self recreate to compete for control of their body?
Unable to comply.
The Devron 500.
Yeah.
Question number
tell you,
14. Where is Brad Boimler from?
Jean?
Modesto.
That is correct.
Correct. He's from Modesto. Oh my God, this is so close. Question number 15. Who is the DJ at the command conference, the Cerritos?
Jesse?
The outrageous Okana.
That is correct.
That is correct. Thaddeus O'Connor. Well done. Question number 16. What type of music does Tendi tell Mariner she loves?
Jesse?
Klingon. Oh God, something metal. Blood metal. I can't remember its name now.
Negative.
Jean, do you know it?
Playing on like thrash metal?
Negative.
Klingon acid punk.
Acid punk.
Ah.
That's what it was.
Question number 17. Which pack lead has the biggest helmet?
Jean?
The Emperor and then the Usurper.
That is correct.
Emperor of the pack leads is correct. So we'll take that one. Question number 18. When the Yosemite crashes while transporting Agamus, what is the only thing that the damaged replicator can make?
Jean?
Black licorice.
That is correct.
That's correct. Oh my God. Question number 19. What ship does Sonia Gomez command?
Jesse?
Is that the Vancouver?
Negative.
No.
Hmm.
Jean, do you know what it is?
All I know is like a sovereign class.
Just yeah.
Uh,
Is it sovereign? I don't even know.
I think
Unable
it's
to
I'm pretty
comply.
sure it's a sovereign class.
it was the USS Archimedes. Now, your final question. I'm just going to say that it's anyone's game with this final question. What is the final line of the show?
Jean?
Engage the core.
That is correct.
That is correct.
Mhm.
Well done. Wow. Wow, 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 wow.
I think Jane cleaned up on that.
MC, I mean, how...
It's like
Oh
MC
my
looked
God,
at my
this is-
credits and then wrote down which episodes I worked on.
I absolutely did not. I am very honest, but oh my God, that was a round. And this game was so close going into the end. It just kept on going back and forth as to who was in the lead. So we have, for our final scores, we have Jesse with 21.5 points and Jean with 23.
Oh, that last question decided it. Yeah.
Yep.
Or came close.
Oh
to
my
it.
gosh.
I
That
told
was
you, Gene. I
cool.
told you you'd be great at this.
I mean, look, if they asked me episodes I didn't work on, I'd just be like, But yeah, I worked on a lot of Alonzo scenes. I worked on a lot of those.
That was epic. That was epic. That was a great comeback, by the way. And because I think you made up like nearly 8 points or so, or like 6 or 7 points in the
You
beginning
were
of Warp
great
Speed.
there, yeah.
That was incredible. I think the tagline for this episode will be, I drew that scene. Gene, as is
Only I gotten
tradition,
Will Wheaton, damn. No.
Gene, as is tradition, you get to give a victory speech.
Oh, thanks for watching Lower Decks. It was a great time. It was a great show to work on. Honestly, it was one of my favorite things I've ever done in my career. And I never expected it to be. I got to work with a lot of my favorite people. I got to draw a lot of really cool things. It was the kind of show that I always dreamed of working on, where honestly, the best thing about it was that the stories were always great and I was creatively challenged the entire way through, as well as like indulged. So like it was a great experience, incredibly healthy show to work on. I wish we could do more. All of us want to do more. Mike has said he wants to do more, and hopefully one day we'll get the call to come back and make more episodes. Until then, please, rewatch Lower Decks on whatever you like, on whatever system you like. And thanks for loving the show so much. It makes me really happy. I know it makes the crew of Lower Decks feel really touched whenever someone tells us how much they love the show. And thanks for keeping it alive in your hearts, even though it's over. And thanks for being with us on this journey.
Oh, thank you, Jane. Yeah, and that reminds me of just sort of why I say it's such a special show to me. So, I mean, we all know it premiered in 2020, which was a rough time across the world. And I famously live in the world's most locked down city. Melbourne, Australia had the longest and harshest lockdown restrictions. We couldn't go more than 5 kilometers from our house. You weren't allowed to leave the house for more than 2 days. We were locked down over 2021 for almost 340 something consecutive days. Like, it was pretty bad. And when Lower Decks came out when we were right in the depths of that, I lived by myself at the time. And Glenn, who was in the chat, was you could have, if you were single and had another single friend, you could have you could form a bubble and visit each other. And so Glenn and I would visit each other every Friday night when new Lower Decks would come out here, and we would make margaritas and get just a little bit drunk and watch Lower Decks. But there was nothing else going on in life at that time, and Lower Decks was just this thing I looked forward to at the end of every week for the time it was on. And so I remember it. It's always that will always have a very special place in my heart, and I wanted to share that story with you.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I got hired on Lower Decks during the pandemic, and I moved during that time as well. And it was like starting a new job, moving and everything, but and everything going on in the pandemic. But like Lower Decks was like a really wonderful shining light where I could forget the world and just focus on doing my work. And my work was so enjoyable.
Yeah.
I felt like I was really fortunate that when everything was terrible, my work actually was a fun thing for me to do.
Yeah, I bet. And Naomi's just reminded me in the chat, obviously another fellow Melburnian, yes, we did get cases to 0, and we are very proud of the work that we did in lockdown in Melbourne. Jesse, as is also tradition, you have a final words as well. You have we call it your concession speech as you give the Trek Master crown to Jean.
I had almost no doubt going into this that Jean would win because you say you don't know stuff, but you remember so much minutia, and it's always fascinating to listen to you. So I am very humbled and very honored to give you the crown, Jean. You well deserve it.
Indeed, I would agree with that. Well, you were both incredible. Like when a game is as close as that. I mean, you are both Trek Masters in our eyes and in our hearts. So well done to you both. And thank you as well for having so much fun along the way too.
Yeah.
I think that's been what's really, really important about today is I think we just had a real lot of fun. And Jean, thank you so much for just sharing all of those wonderful stories with us. And Jesse, thank you so much for being such a fabulous competitor too. Now, before we wrap up, we're going to do our usual quick round of self-promotion. What have you got going on? Where can people find what you're doing? And I will start with my fabulous, amazing, and wonderful co-host, MC.
You can find me on all social media except for the Cursed Bird app as MC Frodos because branding is important. And every Thursday night at 9:30 Eastern, I'm on Strange New Pod on YouTube. Last week, we had Jean on, and we were doing a retrospective on Lower Decks Season 1. And this coming week, we are going to be reviewing Khan episodes 6 and 7.
Nice. Oh, I've got to catch up on Khan.
Yes,
I'm 2 episodes behind at the moment, but I'm loving it.
Legitimately the best Star Trek that's come out this year.
I know.
Yes.
I'm loving it so much. Jesse, what about you? Where can people find you online? What do you got going on?
You can find me at Jesse Gender here on the YouTubes. I do video essay style stuff. I just had a video essay on Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 3 just come out. If you have 3 hours and change to devote to that. And I have a bunch of other Star Trek videos coming out in the near future. I also am on, if you want to get those videos early, I have a Patreon that helps me pay my bills. There's a couple videos, Star Trek videos specifically on there already. The ones coming up, like one is about why tech oligarchs like Elon Musk love Star Trek and why they misunderstand it. And then another one about why the Ferengi are the best aliens in Star Trek. Yes, really. I argue that point. And then I have my own podcast called Frack This Podcast, which is a Battlestar Galactica rewatch podcast where I and my co-host who flirt with each other and also watch Battlestar Galactica and talk about all the politics of that. What else? I'm on Blue Sky and Instagram, and I'm also on Nebula, which is the streaming service that has my movie Identities, which, since we brought up John Delancey, is a movie that stars John Delancey in it, as well as a bunch of other wonderful, amazing actors, and is a very fun science fiction-y film if you ever want to check it out. So
amazing. Yeah. Awesome. Check all of that stuff out. I've been following Jesse for a very long time, so I'm so excited that I finally got on the show. So thank you, Jesse.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
And Jean, what about you?
I nuked a lot of my socials because
all good.
AI was taking all of our art, and that sucks. So I am, if you want to see art, if you go to a social media platform called Kara, which is an anti-AI platform. So I'm on there as Jean Draw Stuff. I have a website, www.jeandrawstuff.com, which is basically my portfolio for animation. So I don't know if that's actually interesting. I do have an Instagram as Jean Draw Stuff, but I also don't post there because I don't want to give billionaires more money. But yeah, if you're on Discord and if you're on the Strange New Pod Discord, I hang out there. So you can message me. You can say hi to me there. But yeah, that's it.
Awesome. Thank you, Jean. As for me as well, obviously you can find Trek Masters on the podcast or here on YouTube every weekend. We're live Sunday mornings in Australia, in the Southern Hemisphere, and Saturday evenings everywhere else. You can find me lurking in the BQN Discord. There is a link for that in the episode description, also in the BQN Collective Facebook group, and Trekmasters can be found just by @Trekmasters on Instagram and Blue Sky. Don't forget as well to check out my other show here on the BQN, The Bargain Bin Gamers, spelt GAYMERS, where my friend Mitchell and I explore all things queerness in indie video games. We've just finished our PAX Australia 2025 coverage, and we have done lots of interviews with lots of queer indie devs who were all from New Zealand, which was not intentional. It's just how it all wound up. So that's all over on the Bargain Bin Gamers now. And we are playing a lot of Pokemon Legends ZA because it is the most queer-coded Pokemon we have ever come across to date. So we are enjoying that at the moment as well, but we've got coverage of that coming up soon. That's it for now. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you again, Jean. Thank you, Jesse. Thank you, MC, for a wonderful quiz. We're going to close the show out now, but remember, until next time, no matter what you do and no matter where you go, make sure you go boldly, everyone. Peace, live long and prosper.
Double T Media.